I love
The other
repping
day,
the
someone
game.
called me like Bevy, and I was like, that makes sense. And
Bevy?
Yeah, mix it all together. But no, I'm like, that's not my name.
All
It's
right.
Bella
So
Ivy.
where'd you get your name from, anyways?
It's my real name.
Your real name's Bella Ivy?
Yes.
What?
Everyone asked me that.
You
That
had
is
some
so
cool-
funny.
You had some cool parents then.
Yeah, unfortunately, I guess.
Unfortunately.
So, yeah.
Anyways, Bella Ivy, comedian.
Yes. Hi. Hello.
Am I missing any other titles?
Technically, I do SFX art. So, I mean, I have been essentially credited. It was a hobby, and then I got hired to do it. So,
Oh, shit. So you're
Yeah.
getting paid.
yeah, I do get paid for certain projects, which is nice. I'm hoping
That's
to get
awesome.
more. So, I'm very, very new, very, very new, like a novice to it, but I do love it. So,
Okay. Like what kind of, what is it? Like zombie?
I prefer like monster making and like more of the grotesque stuff. I like to call myself like a gore horror for sure. Love that.
I'm a gore whore.
Gore horror. I love horror movies. And that's like kind of my love for it too. So, but I mean, when I've gotten on set, they've asked me for like a lot of different kinds of things that are out of my comfort zone. And so I've gotten to learn, different methods, different things. Like I had to do like you do like old age makeup, all that stuff, and you want to be well rounded. So I just take all those opportunities that I can. So
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
I just interviewed this young.
you did, Jonathan.
Yeah, he's
I
a
know
young
Jonathan.
and he has like a whole sheet of work that he's done.
Oh yeah, I know. He started working real young as a teenager, and I mean, I saw some of his stuff too. And I haven't met him in person. We like talk to each other online though, obviously like through effects and stuff. So it's really cool. But yeah, watching him being so young and just working on it, it's really badass. But I mean, I did the same thing. I just didn't never. But when I was a teenager, when our social media wasn't that popular, right? So we didn't get to share all that. I'm like, I just have old Facebook photos of me using like tape and fake blood.
So are you around my generation then? I just turned 43.
How old do you think I am?
I don't think you're old. I thought you were younger. I was about to say.
I'm 29. I'll be turning 30.
Oh,
this year.
okay. Social media was not a big thing at that time, right?
No, even so I think it got.
What's that? 10 years ago then.
Yeah. So when I was I would think I was probably like 14, 15 when Instagram came to be, like the beginning of Instagram before even what it was now. So yeah, I mean, we were like, and Twitter, like we just kind of like slowly were working on it, but it wasn't everyone's like life. Like it wasn't you wake up in the morning and you send a tweet. It wasn't you wake up in the morning and you need to post on your story. Like it wasn't like that. So it was completely different when I was a teenager, and then it just blew up.
Yeah. I'm curious. What is the first thing you do when you wake up?
The first thing I do when I wake up, I don't know, try and go back to sleep. Like
You don't check your phone?
I guess I do. I guess I do check my phone. But it's mainly to turn off the all the alarms I put on for myself.
Is that what you tell yourself?
Yeah, I guess so.
No,
I hate waking up. I hate waking up.
I'm the same way. I fucking hate mornings.
Yeah, me too. I'm a night person. Obviously, look at me, look like a vampire.
No, I am not I'm not a morning person at all.
Yeah,
I always hated jobs in the morning, but I mean that's all the jobs I've ever gotten. So you were doing this for a while too as well.
Well, like hobbies, like with effects, it's always just been like a hobby. It's been something I like to dabble in. And then I met my friend Kristen, who worked on set and does film productions and stuff. And I told her I'd do it for fun. And then she was like, okay, well, I'll keep you in mind. And I was like, everyone says that, right? And then no, eventually she's like, hey, I have something for you. And I was like,
she called me.
Yeah, I was like, for real? And she's like, yeah. And so I did, they needed like bruise makeup. It was actually for the YWCA for women. And they were doing they did like a telenovela style movie. And they needed someone to do bruise makeup for like domestic violence awareness and stuff. And so I did that. And I was like, this is really freaking cool. And it was obviously like something special to do too, right? It wasn't just, it was like, okay, we're like trying to highlight, women empowerment and stuff. So It was really cool. It was like special for me too. I was like, okay, I get to do this, but it's also something bigger, so.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was nice.
Are you from San Antonio?
Yeah, born and raised.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What area?
Marbach.
Oh damn! I gotta check this bitch for some knives or guns.
Yeah. There wasn't any security at the door, dude.
I didn't know I got a Marbach in here. My bad.
I'm Marbachian.
I know.
For sure.
I'm gonna have to chill.
I know.
No, my co-host, the one that I'm always in the videos with, he's from J area. Too.
Okay, cool.
So he's not like in Marbach, but he's from that area.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's definitely a Marbach.
Nice.
I know it's crazy how Jay just has that terrible stigma now.
Yeah, I didn't go there. I didn't go to J. So
where'd you go?
I went to health careers.
Oh, like one of those charter
I went to a
kind of
magnet
things?
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got out of there as soon as I could. But I still live there. I live back. So I live back there again. So for a little bit.
You're back in the back.
I'm back in the Bach. I'm with my grandpa. I'm taking care of him.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's very fun.
I don't even think it's that bad.
It's not that bad.
I know.
I think it's not bad. I think if you're used to it, if you're acclimated to living in areas like that, then you're used to it. It's not a big deal, but it's like, I do remember one of my favorite things about being from Arbuck, I guess, is that like years and years ago, I had one of my boyfriends come stay the night with me, or was he living there? I don't know, whatever. People are in and out all the time. But he was his first night.
Story's going great.
His first night there, he fell asleep and there were gunshots. Normal, right?
Yeah.
Normal.
No.
To me, that's a normal thing, is gunshots at night. And he, I guess, was never used to that. And he was like trying to wake me up. And he's like, hey, like there's something going on outside. And I'm like, yeah. Go to bed. Like, shut up. I'm trying to sleep.
It's Edgar on Edgar crime.
Yeah,
Don't worry
like
about
chill
it.
out, dude. Like it was like Pop's like far away too. Like, and I'm like, you're never really concerned. Like sometimes I'll hear things in like my back alley, and then I'm like, I get my cat on the ground because I'm like, dude, I'm fine. But if my cat gets shot, I'm gonna be pissed. So, but he was so scared. So not only was he trying to wake me up, I was trying to go back to sleep. He called his best friend. He's like, buddy, man, like there's shots outside. Like I don't know if I could do this. Like in front of me. I was like,
He's like, I thought slumming was gonna be fun, but it's real. It's
yeah,
real.
I'm like, go to the bathroom and call your friend. Like, ew.
So yeah, he did. He obviously he didn't last long, huh?
No, not at all. There's a reason.
There's a reason it was an X. No, that's funny. But no, because I mean, I'm from this neighborhood, like,
Okay.
Edison, North Central. It was fucking.
Yeah.
It was like one of the worst. When I was growing up, Edison and Jeff and Sam Houston were like the three main worst schools in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So yeah, we still hear gunshots all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just funny because it's Marbach, and that was like the home of the Edgar, right? That everybody just knows of.
Yeah. I hate how that came to be, though. I hate how that stupid haircut. Like, I mean, no offense. You do your own thing, right?
Much offense from my end. Much
But
offense.
It's so bizarre. Like when I watch like teenage girls and they're like, oh my God, he's so hot. And they have that weird ass haircut. I'm like, ugh. I'm so distracted by the hair. I can't even focus on anything else. You know?
Anytime you see, like right now, right? We just, for people that are not from here, San Antonio has 2 weeks of debauchery.
It's our Mardi Gras.
It's just a beaner Mardi Gras. Mm-hmm. And people go crazy, and it's always Edgar's fucking everything up. And all the videos right now, I just see all these Edgars getting arrested.
I haven't done a deep dive on them yet, but I did see clips of fights, and I was like, it's crazy. It's crazy because it really never used to be like that.
Oh, no.
It was never like, because even when
it's
I would
always been that way.
Okay, well,
it's always been
I
that
guess
way.
not when I went. Like I went to Nyosa 10 years ago. I think that's the last Fiesta event I went to, and it wasn't like that. Like it was chill. People were dancing. We were just drinking and eating, and like it wasn't crazy.
Well, Nyosa's different.
Okay.
Nyosa's like more older people.
Well.
It's No. It's
I'm
like,
just boring.
No. I love Nyosa, and I used to go when I was, I'm talking about older, like anywhere from college to like old people, like.
That is the widest range I've ever heard.
It is. No, because most of the people that are fighting, they're high school kids.
How are they allowed out?
Because
Are you?
What are you talking about? You weren't allowed out in high school?
No.
Oh man,
No,
I was
kidding.
I was out for like weeks at a time when I was in high school.
I did hood shit. I didn't go to Fiesta. Like
No, yeah, but Fiesta was hood shit. Like, because back in the day, right? Back in the day, the carnival used to be on Commerce, right? It was downtown.
Yeah. Well, it's by the Alamo Dome still.
But no, it used to be in the middle of downtown.
Oh, okay.
Like right there on Commerce Street.
Okay.
And now it's changed it. They changed it over
yeah.
there. So a lot of the kids now, they're out there or they're just like scattered in these little areas. And
so they're fucking it up for the rest of us.
Well,
so.
I mean, because you got to think about it. It's high school kids. They're going to be fucking.
I don't know. I wasn't that bad. That's why I'm like, I think kids are. I hate sounding old and like they're getting worse. I got in fights all the time.
Yeah, I got a couple.
I was bad.
In
but like
downtown.
in school, like I wasn't out like causing like debauchery and madness like at Ingram Park Mall. Like I kept it like you kept it home, like in home or in class. Everything else I was like. Yeah. But I don't know. I was raised by boomers, so I think I had manners everywhere else except for when I would fight.
No, I agree with you. Because I mean, it's just like I always hear that we're just talking about that. Oh, the kids nowadays, it's like, it was the same shit when we were growing up. We just didn't have social media.
I was about to say, it's the exposure thing too. And I think with social media exposure, there's more expectations as far as like ego and like how you present yourself. And I think that's what's taking a toll on society.
Oh, yeah. I was a teacher for a long time. And
were you really? What'd you teach?
Yeah, U.S. history.
No shit.
Yeah.
Were you a coach also?
No.
Damn.
I know. I was the one history teacher that wasn't a coach.
the exception, dude. Not even golf.
I know. I was out
do
there
better
with a 9-iron,
Yeah.
No, I did do better. I'm a failure. I'm sorry. My mother's just
I was in the bowling team in high school. We didn't have sports at Health Careers. We only had white people sports. So we had golf.
You're talking about when you were in high school?
Yeah, when I was in high school, those are the only sports we didn't have football. We didn't have basketball. We didn't have volleyball. I went to nerd school.
Well, when I was in high school, I didn't really get to go. I was like, back then, Navarro was the alternative school, right? And then when you get out of juvie, you would have to go there. And
right.
I was like stupid and I doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like those idiots, but I just didn't put it on camera.
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying.
The right way to do.
Have some manners.
I know. Have some dignity.
Have some class. Dude, do better. Ruin your life when you have an ID. Like, what are you doing?
No, ruin it before you have an ID. Because after you have an ID, then that shit stays forever.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like they say now too. Oh man, the girls are just doing crazy stuff. I was like, when I was a kid, we had teen clubs and bitches were getting trained by dudes, yeah, I know, no, but that's what I'm saying. It's always been that way.
Yeah.
We just didn't have the exposure like you just said.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. So, but I just think it just makes it, I think it makes everything worse because of social media. I think it puts it on a bigger scale for everyone to think it's socially acceptable. And that's why we have more of it.
Oh, 100%.
I think that's another thing too. So,
no, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
When you see something, when it's just like, in your face all the time. You're
and that's what's deemed like socially acceptable or cool or whatever. So.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
I'm like, we just need to focus on being individuals again and getting bullied for it. I miss that time.
The good old
That's how we got character. That's how we became individuals.
I agree with you. Like this whole never bully and all. It's like, but the bullying is what created these great rock bands because the kid that got bullied just sat at home.
Like, have you listened to Linkin Park? Like
all of them. But it was like there's bullying and then there's like going above and beyond.
There's one, I get it. And I hate bullying. I was a bully of the bullies. I was like, I hate it. Still to this day when people got picked on for like little bullshit, and I used to tear people up for that.
I was the same way. I always thought. I remember one time one of my friends, and he was like a big gangster dude, and he was gonna fight this little like dork.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, why are you gonna
What's
fight
wrong
that
with
kid?
you? Right. Like, they're not doing anything.
And I was like, you're just gonna kick his ass. And he's all, fuck him. He did this. And I was like, yeah, but he's never gonna do that again because he's scared shitless.
Yeah.
Look at him. Like, you taught him a lesson, a better lesson now.
Yeah.
And it's fine. And I always thought that, like with the teachers thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, bitches. Like, they can't tell you nothing back. Like,
Debatable.
No, in today's world. I'm talking about today's world.
Okay, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, back then, hell yeah, teachers.
Hell
be
yeah,
like,
teachers are crazy.
The fuck up,
yeah.
loser. And then the pussies took over. And
yeah.
It's true, man. You can't take shit no more.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah. So you grew up here, and then when did you start doing comedy, man?
Okay, so I'm actually almost 2 years in. So my comedy, my second anniversary is going to be June 23rd ish, something around there, like late June. So I'll be 2 years in June, which is crazy. It flew
awesome.
by.
And where did you start off with open mics?
Yeah. Started off with open. Well, yes and no. So I wanted to do comedy probably like for sure, like around when I was like 23. So that was around like 2021, 2022, around in there. So I started like helping out at shows, and like seating and like knowing people and like, doing stuff like that, promoting because I was too nervous to go up. And so I just kind of like networked a little bit. It's how I met some of the people I know now. And I was just too scared to go up. And then I kind of like stopped doing that. I did other things. And then eventually I think I was, how old was I? I was like, 27 ish. And then I don't know. I was at a point in my life where I was just working and like I was like miserable. I had like horrible panic attacks during that time. And I was like trying to get my life together. And I was like, something was missing, right? I was like in that point. I was in that like pivotal point in your life where you're like, what am I doing with my life? Right. I'm like, I already had I have a career. I'm a nurse. And so I'm like, okay, I'm working, cool, that's whatever. But I was like, I'm lacking something I want to do. And then I was like, you've been wanting to do comedy, maybe that's it, right? Like, I'm like, you have to do it. I was just so scared. I was like, right, it's nerve wracking. And so finally I mustered up the courage, and I had like a lot of encouragement. I just finally went and did it. And then I couldn't stop.
How did it go the first one?
You know what? It wasn't that bad. Looking back, someone recorded it too. My best friend, my buddy Ethan, recorded it. And I was like looking back, and I'm like, I saw how nervous I was, but it wasn't the worst. Yeah. And I got like 2 pops of laughter, right? And that's always cool. I mean, you want your first time to suck though, too. You need to, I think people are so uncomfortable with bombing that it scares them. And that's what happened to me. I was so scared I was going to suck, and I was going to feel it. And it's like ripping the Band-Aid, and then bombing's inevitable. And I think that's what makes you a better comic, is sitting and dealing with the hardness of it all. But it wasn't that bad. I was happy with it. I was so happy. Like, I just went up and did it finally. But yeah, no, it was good. And I was like, it was fine enough for me to keep coming back and doing it. So
yeah, I bet it's very humbling. Like, cause and that's the one thing. I mean, you could be the biggest star in the world. I think you could be like the Fluffies and the George Lopez's and all, like, whatever.
I've seen bigger comics not do great in an arena, and you're kind of like, holy shit, like it even happens to them, like it's part of it. It's life. Like, not everything's going to hit 100% of the time. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was gonna say, like, not everyone's gonna like you all the time.
Oh,
like, it's just not gonna happen.
Right. You have to be comfortable with that. I think a lot of people aren't. I think a lot of people think it's just like you go up and you're just gonna have this like beautiful notoriety, and that it's just gonna be amazing from the start. And I'm like, no, you have to like dig through the trenches here. Like, it's hard, and that's what makes you better creatively as a comic. And I think a lot of people go up for different kinds of reasons, but the biggest goal is to go up there and just make everyone laugh, right? So once you get comfortable with like figuring out what your groove is by doing that, it gets better for you. Like, every comic you've ever meet who like kill, it's because they're themselves and they know how to make a room laugh. Like, that's it, right? It's those 2 characteristics. Like, you have to be really entwined within yourself and be self-aware to like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not just up here bullshitting,
Yeah, authenticity, man.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's huge.
That is huge. That's huge with anything you do. Because if people know, like, he's not really like that, or they're not like that.
I think some people are like, you like something like you had Jack on stage. I mean, you had Jack on stage. You had Jack on, he's always on stage.
Oh, Witcher?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack, amazing. That is 100% who he is. Yeah. On stage. This is the second podcast I've talked about Jack. That's so funny. Shout out Jack Witcher. But it's one of those like super authentic people that are like, that is not an act. That's who he is as a person. And that's what makes him so likable and so good up there, is because he's just him. It's not performative. That's who he is, right? Like, me as a comic, I'm a little I do, I joke, right? I have like a set, like, sometimes people just go up there and just kill it with who they are as a person. And I'm like, mad respect. That's awesome.
Yeah, so. Jack is funny as shit.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Because we're asking stupid ass questions, and he just answers
the shit he comes up with. Dude, it's so funny. What that comes out of his mouth is hilarious.
You could play a character, because characters are funny, right? I mean, you have like skits and all that. But I'm talking about with like stand up, your storytelling. So if you're just really going out of your way to do something that's not like you, you can feel it.
Oh, 100%. When I try new shit, I'm like, and I'm not comfortable with it, I'm like, like, you're just like, never mind, dog. But that's how you get better. You push the limits and stuff, and that's how you figure out how to make it funny too. Even if it wasn't funny initially, then you're like, oh wait, I found the workaround of that. And so that's the fun part. That's the fun part of tailoring your jokes.
Yeah, I mean, even just being on podcast, right? You're gonna have to find your voice in some way.
Yeah, for sure.
And have you been in around the circuit doing a lot of podcasts and stuff?
I actually have one.
You have one?
I have one. We're just on hiatus.
Okay.
Yeah, I started around.
Man, I don't have my invite here. I don't know what's going on.
I know. Unless you want to talk about Sex in the City, because that's what we talk about.
Okay, you are lame. I'm sorry. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
I am. No, we're on hiatus.
Nothing. I know nothing about Sex in the City.
You're gonna have to watch the show. So we should be coming back. It's me and my best friend do a podcast on Sex in the City, and we just do episode by episode, and then talk about the themes of the episode and and then just go out from there. It's really cool. We have a lot of fun, but she moved, so we're trying to like out of state, and so we're trying to get back into like a good rhythm. And I'm like, we need to finish this podcast before I die. Like I desperately need to finish the entire series. So
like y'all are watching it on screen?
Not on screen. That's hard to do. That would be hard to do, essentially, like with copyright and everything.
I didn't even think about that.
I know. Yeah. So we summarize the episode. We watch it separately. And then write like notes, and then she does like the summarizations of keeping like the story, like the show in order, and then we kind of talk about it. Like we kind of talk through the episode. You're like, okay, and then we're kind of like, what's it called, like
a book club?
Yeah.
Like you all read,
yeah, it's like a review, kind of review, like TV, like what do we categorize in Spotify as like TV review, right? Okay. Something like that. So, but then we talk about like the themes, like of it happening back then in the 90s, and then we kind of talk about the themes of the show happening now. So yeah,
that's I mean, I remember it was a huge show.
Yeah.
I mean, I never watched any of it, but I know one of the girls is like, they always said she was kind of slutty. That's
what a terrible term.
But yeah, she's always like having sex with different people, and then you have
it's
like
part of the show.
Yeah, like there was the tall one, right, or whatever. I just remember that
the tall.
I don't even know.
Samantha Jones is an icon, FYI.
That's why.
The slutty one is terrible.
This is why I would do terrible.
Reframe your thinking there.
Promiscuous.
No, that I feel has bad undertones. Also,
whorish. Not just.
Just a downright.
No, that's what the girls used to say about it.
Yeah, no, we actually talk about it a lot on how judged she was back then. Like even by the girls and like even by like the characters in the show, like her best friends were like always like making her out to be this like horrible person because she has sex. And it was just kind of crazy. It's a lot of hypocrisy in the show, and we always say it all the time how Samantha Jones was like ahead of her time as a person. And she's like really pivotal now, I think, as far as like sex empowerment and women. So
okay, yeah, I obviously
he's like, I'm gonna shut up.
No, I'm not gonna shut up, but I just don't know shit about that show.
I know.
I just know from what other people tell me.
Yeah,
and I don't know any guys that have ever talked to me about Sex in the City. Like it's always been women.
It's a few. I know men who have watched the show, which is fun. And I've like when the relationships I've been in, I had no idea they paid so much attention to the show as I was like watching it.
Oh, okay.
And then they'd be like, "Oh yeah, isn't he in this other one?" And I'm like, "How'd you know that?" So it's fun. It's a good show. It is a good show.
Yeah, I like Friends and Simon, like those old.
It's
shows
like Friends, but with more sex. Oh,
yeah, but it's all women though, right? That's why.
Yeah, I mean, it's all like the main characters are women, but obviously there's men. So
there we go. Oh, obviously
there has to be. I mean, it could all be women, but it's not the L word, like it's Sex in the City.
No, yeah, that shows my knowledge on that subject. Yeah. But so y'all just review it, talk about it, and then go, like deep dive.
Yeah, we got through the first 2 seasons. And then now we're trying to start the third. There's 6, so we're trying to finish it out. So
okay, you're almost.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
How many episodes per season?
It varies. I think it's around, what is it, 18, 20, and they're short. They're like 25 minutes or whatever. But one of the seasons is really short, and then one of them's like longer. So it kind of varies. But there's about like 18, 20 per season. So
damn. So y'all have a lot of podcasting.
It's a lot. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot. It's work. And we were doing them like one a week.
Okay.
So,
and what kind of reaction did you get from people? Did you get? Like
it was fun. I mean, it wasn't huge. We only, we were doing it probably for about a year and a half before, no, maybe less than that, before we took like the hiatus. But it was fun. I mean, people were watching. Like, I would try and run ads as much as I could to get more exposure and stuff. And in the beginning, it was just a lot of guys just being like, "You're fat," and I'm like, "Okay."
Telling you?
Yeah. I was like, "What fun commentary."
Awesome.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Just like,
very insightful, sir.
Yeah. I'm like, thanks a lot. So, and that was kind of fun for a bit, and then that kind of wear it away. But then there's people who legitimately like the show, or they just liked me and Christina like bantering about bullshit. So.
Okay.
But yeah, it was fun. It was more so like a best friend thing. We watched the show together for years before we started the podcast, and it was just like a really fun thing to do something creatively together. Also, so,
something to hang out, have some beers, and relax.
Yeah,
that's awesome. But I don't know if you drink, but I mean,
Cosmos.
That's
what's on the show. So.
And what do you base a lot of your comedy on? Like, what do you get into?
I've been obviously we always kind of talk about ourselves, right? Like, it's like kind of the first thing, the easiest thing to do is talk about yourself. What I've been trying to do is just make it relate to everyone. So it's just like taking centralized themes I guess I have in my life and making it a joke relatable that everyone's gonna be like, that's funny, right? That's the goal. So I take little things that happen to me and I'm like, though that sparks something that's like bigger than myself. And once I find that, then I kind of work off of it. Okay. So it'll be like things that I've like experienced and I'm like, okay, how do you make this funny for everyone? So I hate going up there and like ranting about my life. I don't I don't like just going up there and being like, this happened to me and this happened to me and this happened to me. I'm like, no, I'm like, I need you to stay with me, right? You're going to get involved. This is going to be funny. This isn't just like my therapy hour, you know?
No, well, that's good. I mean, once the audience feels like they're in the story with you,
right? You need the connection to make comedy work. You can't just go up there. Like I've seen people go up there and just like talk shit and everything. People are like, "Whoa!" like they're like, "Oh, I tried to fucking kill myself last week," and you're like, "Whoa!"
Damn.
yeah. But I've had jokes like that where it's a little more dark, and I even had someone tell me once because I had a real dumb joke. I don't really say it anymore, but I say something, and it's about domestic violence. And then my friend was like, well, yeah, that's kind of down the room because all of a sudden you're making a joke and then all of a sudden you have the reality of like, oh, I was a victim of domestic violence. Like sometimes that's going to drop the room if you don't immediately make it funny. Yeah. Right. It was things like it's those little things like that you learn and you're like, okay, well, how do I make it there? How do I get it there without making people feel that like, oof, now I can't laugh anymore? You know?
Yeah. You don't want to go on a 5-minute rant on domestic violence.
Right.
And at the end,
something like that. Literal. The literal punchline. So,
Yeah, that'd be an interesting
set. Yeah. So I like that joke though. I feel like it's not that bad. So I
say it. Or you don't want to, it's fine.
No, I haven't said it in a long time. Oh yeah, I do this stupid. It was like, oh, I've never been in a true dom sub relationship before, and I've only ever been with men who genuinely love to hit me. That's very mild.
Yeah,
that's mild. I feel like that's it, but people are like, oh, I'm like, hey, relax. And then I usually would say something like that. I'm like, I'm all healed now. Like it's fine. This isn't makeup. We're good.
That guy's ain't forever,
This was 2 years ago. We're good.
Oh, damn.
No, it was longer than that, I think.
Oh, so okay. So it comes from personal personal stuff, but then but that's the one thing comedy's good at. You gotta take your trauma and laugh about it.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Yeah. But it can't be like, you have to, there's a line where you're kind of like, I can't make it too like, I don't know what's it called? Like in your face. Like you have to make it, homogenous with everyone else.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
that's my goal at least right now. So.
No, I think that as well. Like, and then eventually when you get your own audience,
right?
Like when you get like a core group, because you have a lot of comedians that are just like political comedians,
right?
Just like kind of trashy comedians, like
I like the mix. Like I try and channel everything, right? Like things in the news, like things in personal life. I do try and do that and try and find a thing there. So.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever follow Donna Bella. We had her on the show recently, and she does clean comedy. And man, she's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
she was really funny, and she does it like clean. And I was watching her stuff, and I was like, oh, okay.
Clean comics, I respect a lot.
Yeah,
it's hard.
I don't really listen to any.
Really?
No, we're not like because I avoid them. I just don't really know any.
Right.
Because all the comics I know, they're kind of like raunchy and
right. I like that. Obviously, I lean more towards that. I like that raunchy humor. But when I watch and listen to clean comics, I respect it a lot because I think it's very hard to do. I think it's like not a lost art form, but it's rare that people are like, oh, this is specifically what I do. I'm just respect clean comics. It's like it's hard to do. It's hard to do, and I think if you have a knack for it, it's great. And everyone says that. They say the more you clean up your act, the better you can get booked and stuff and do things. And I don't really care about I don't care about book me. No, I'm just kidding. But it's just that like you think you want your comedy to be authentic, and I feel like I can't authentically be clean.
Yeah.
I don't know what that. I mean, I try my best. I try not to be too raunchy, but then now that I think about it, I'm like, bitch, you say the worst stuff up there.
So do you ever get nervous? Like, do your coworkers know that you do comedy?
Yes, unfortunately. I tried. I had a new job, and I told my boss in the interview because I wanted her to be aware because I was like, I'll be requesting like certain days off and blah, 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 and this and that. Like I wanted her to be aware. And then she went around and was like, hey, I'm going to be hiring this girl. And by the way, she's a comedian. And I was like, fuck. And so it was funny too, because I got there and like they were welcoming, but they were like a little like distant at first. And I'm very everyone thinks like, oh, it was like this age old, like, oh, you're going to be this big, funny, amazing, like loud character. Right. And like, I'm not like that at work. If you like, I'm definitely a little more reserved. Like I don't know how to describe. Anyway, I'm like more reserved at work or in just my daily life too. Like I'm not over here like making jokes and being loud and all the time. And I think they were expecting that, and I didn't know that they knew. And then I was like saying something, and they're like, "Oh, well, we were kind of like waiting for you to like say jokes all the time." And I was like, "That's my other job." I was like, "It's different." I was like, I think a lot of people just think like stand-up's just. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm not going to just grab a microphone like in the middle of the OR and just start like doing like my tight five, like what did you expect me to do?
No, yeah. We've learned that through podcasting, because I'm like this. I'm the same fucking guy all the time. I mean, of course, I used to, because I taught, so I used to cut down on the cussing, but I'm still like the same person.
Yeah.
Not like it's any different, but we learned a lot of comics. They're like really calm, and then you see them on stage, and you're like, oh,
it's
shit,
a lot different.
Where the fuck's that guy? Bring him. Like, I want him. And,
It's different. I think a lot of people have that misconception that we're always like that.
Yeah.
I think other people have told me that a lot too. They're like, "Oh my God, you do comedy," and I'm just like, "Are you calling me not funny?" But it's a different kind of format. I'm like, it's different when you're on a stage, you're in front of a crowd. It's so different. It's an art form. It's like telling an actor to just act in the middle of like an Office Depot,
and
scene.
Cut.
Like, yeah, like,
scene. Yeah, there you go.
it's strange because I'm like, if I just tell you a joke in like I said, like in the middle of an OR, like that's ridiculous. Like it's different. It's so funny to me, but I'm like, I get it. So, but then eventually you open up and there are people like, oh, okay, you are funny. I'm like, yeah.
No, but it's because like a lot of I think also it's when you see like the big comedians that have TV shows and stuff, and they're all together, they're acting a fool. They're being funny all the time.
Yeah, they're shooting the shit.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, that's like what I want to see.
When you get however, I will say, when you get together with a lot of comics, that obviously it starts to come out because we're natural joke writers, right? We naturally kind of pivot off of each other. So, and especially when you're around another it's like that creative energy is going to be flowing. I mean, it's like a mass, it's like it's just science at that point. So
it's just science.
This is how the world came to be, dude. This was the Big Bang. Like,
I'm just thinking of Will Ferrell saying science. No, but yeah, because even when you hear like Bill Burr, Patrice O'Neal, Kevin Hart, when they're talking about those old stories, and they're like, we just be in the back of the club just ripping on each other.
Yeah.
So you're just like assuming like, oh yeah, but
it's always going to be like that.
We did a podcast for this event for Double Dave's was it 2 weeks ago, and all the comics were there, and I could tell they were having a good time, but we're podcasting, so I couldn't be involved in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's the one time I want to see them ripping on each other. I was like, I can't see shit.
You just want to be like all up in the personal life. You're like, let me see that.
No,
I know.
Like when you get like 8 comics in a room, I would think it'd be a fun time.
Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, but like I said, I mean, it's fun. The energy's fun. I definitely feel like creatively it's very fun. Like I just recently, I haven't been to the open mic at Tandem in a minute because of work, and I got to go the other day, and I was like, damn, I did miss like being outside and like talking with everyone. And Jack was there, and I was like, oh God, it was just so funny, like when you do get to like kind of riff off of each other and stuff. And sometimes it's not even like for comedic value. It's just legitimately how all the personalities are coming together and saying their like opinion, and like it is very fun seeing that. So
yeah, because it's natural. I mean,
right.
like me and my friends, that's all we do. We just like want to try to make each other laugh as much as possible, and we're just joking all the time, just fucking hitting each other, blah, blah, blah. And that's like the best time. That to me is the best time, having beers with my friends.
Oh yeah,
just talking shit and having a good time.
Yeah,
and that's basically why we started doing this.
Yeah,
and I do understand
very,
what you were saying about before you started doing comedy, because I felt the same. Like you feel like you don't have a purpose, right? And you're like, I need something else, and then you find it, and you're like, oh fuck yeah. Like,
no, I mean, I always knew I wanted to do comedy, but I was just kind of one of those like, what is lacking? Because I was like, it's not like, I don't know, it wasn't. I when I wanted to do it, it wasn't like I need to do this, I have to be the best. Like it wasn't any of that kind of thing. It was just like I was like, I genuinely love stand up. It was one of those like I loved the art form of it. I loved the storytelling. I loved the joke writing, like the cleverness. Like I loved that. And I was like, I remember it was a very like that was the one moment I knew I wanted to do it. I was like, I think I can do that. And it was that like realization of like, I think I can. And then I started writing, but yeah, I just bitched out for like years. It took me like what, 4 years before I ever went up when I had the intention of wanting to do it. So
yeah, it's a big step because you're putting yourself at the center of attention.
You're 100% vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even,
and then
even on the internet, like you're so vulnerable on the internet.
I feel like, I don't know, this is easy. Just talking to people is easy for me. Talking on a stage, it's a little bit different.
No,
I think a lot of people, I mean, obviously people are like, and I feel like some people go to comedy shows and they I'm not saying like people are naturally judgy, but I feel like sometimes they're like, make me laugh.
Yeah,
you know,
make
like
me laugh, clown.
Clown. Like there's a little bit of that, like, not disdain, but they're like, make me work for it, you know? And I'm just like, well, just let's loosen up and listen to what I'm saying. Hold on, you know? And it's hard. It's hard sometimes.
No, I totally agree with that. I think people go to comedy like, fucking make me laugh. You better be funny. And then they get kind of pushy about it.
Exactly. And I'm like, hold on. I'm like, use some of that energy to just relax. But I also think with mics and stuff too, like when you're at certain places, you're like, they're not there for comedy. Like people who just happen to be places that have open mic comedy, they're like, you know, they're like, ah, damn it, where am I?
Some fucking beer and this
I know.
dumbass is on stage talking to me.
Yeah, you're like, I'm at Chili's, dude. Like I wanted to eat my triple dipper in peace, man.
No, yeah, I could totally see that. Now, comedy, I respect it. I think it's one of the hardest things because
it's a different kind of art form. I tell people that all the time. It's crazy. Like, I mean, I'm around so many like performers and people do so much different things, but comedy is just like is raw. You're up there. Like, you know, some people have an act, you know, but I'm like, it's you. This is you. You're not acting. You're not playing a character. Like, it's you. You're up there, and that's it. It's you and a mic. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely a place where you put yourself, like I said, center of attention, and you're just like, hey, look at me. I'm gonna try to make you laugh now. And that's I would assume like drunk people could be a blessing and a curse.
100%. We were just talking about this. I was just talking about how when I get up on a showcase, now everyone's gonna be like, I'm gonna book that bitch last. I love being in the middle because they're perfectly drunk at that point.
Good buzz.
Yeah, good buzz. In the beginning, they're all like, you know, they're all sober. They're like, whatever. And then the middle, they're like starting to feel, they're like, oh yeah, give me another one, you know. And then by like their third or fourth drink, like the last people, they're all just fucked up. They can't even listen to jokes anymore. It doesn't even make sense. All the punchlines just fly over their head. You're like, oh shit.
No, I would just,
or they're just yelling, or then they start heckling at that point, right?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, exactly. I've definitely had drunk hecklers so many times. So.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, because I would think it'd be awesome because sometimes they're drunk and they'll laugh at anything. And then sometimes they're drunk and they're just mad and like, that ain't funny. And shut up, bitch. I don't go to your job.
I definitely I remember how there's one group of like young guys like start saying something, or like I was doing like psych material because at the time I was psych nursing, and they're like, oh, well, you look like a bitch with a psych problem or something like that. And I was like,
that's a good one. I would have just said that.
It was like something like, I was like, okay. And I was, you know, it was like, it was just dumb. And I was just like, dude, get the hell out of here.
I was going to ask that. And now that you mentioned that, do you get a lot of like really young people? Because I just assume like 18, 19-year-olds are not going to comedy shows. Right?
Either or. I've had places where I go and I notice the crowd's a lot younger. And then.
You're talking like 21-ish?
Yeah, I would say, no, like college age. Like I would say like 18, 19, 20, 21, around there. So like I recently did a show in San Marcos, and it's college town, right? You're going to have college age kids. And they're right up in the front. And I'm always nervous, right? Because I'm like, I'm not that old, but you know, I'm older. I'm in a different part of my life. I'm not college aged anymore. And I was always so scared that I was going to be like out of touch with them. And I was like, here I am, like this girl busted out laughing. And then she came up to me after and she was like, I needed that joke. And I was like, oh, it's so refreshing. Right. And then recently I was also in South Carolina, and I did a show in South Carolina, and there was also a college town. It was USC. And I was scared that all those there was a bunch of frat guys in the audience. I was like, they're going to hate me. I was like, shit. And they were like, they cracked up, and I was like, damn. And that was like that was a moment for me where it was kind of like, okay, you can make everyone laugh. You can, from different demographics. And that was a very mixed bag audience. And I was really happy. It was like those moments you get very proud of yourself as a comic. You know, you're like, oh, it's like, and you don't have home court advantage. So you're kind of like, okay, cool. So I was really proud of those little moments.
And what kind of material like was making them laugh a lot? Do you know? Like, do you remember? just
It's just
you don't
like
have to say the joke.
No, I know. It's like the set I'm working on now has a little bit of everything. It has like a little bit of political, a little bit of like just life. I talk about like student loans. I talk about the government. I talk about like sex life. I talk about like body image, just a little bit of everything in this set right now. And it was just kind of that. So
okay,
yeah,
so a little bit of everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. Like when I say it right now, I really like, and I'm trying to make it better. I'm trying to make it quicker. I'm really trying to like Mark Norman my shit right now. And he's so good. I recently, my boyfriend loves Mark Norman. It's like one of his favorite comics.
I love him too.
Me too. We just recently saw him, and he was telling me that my boyfriend listens to, but he does more like comedy, like podcast listening than I do, and I respect that. And he was like, "Oh no, Mark Norman was saying like he hates silence. He hates silence on stage. Like if you notice that he doesn't have a lot of pauses." And I pause a lot in my I do like a lot of build up in my jokes, and I'll pause and then I'll like hit it sometimes. And he doesn't like that. He doesn't like any kind of silence. Like he always wants that constant laughter. That's why his jokes are so quick and so sharp. And I was like, okay, I'm trying to incorporate a little bit of that, like make them quicker. You always want to be better, faster, funnier, right? And so I'm trying my best to kind of get in a little more of those punchlines to make those things hit a little more, or build them up, or avalanche them. So
smooth transitions.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I was the same way. Even when I teach, right? I would never like to just stand up there and hey, I was just like fucking go, like just say shit all day. Like I mean, like
kids are like burning paper.
No, I was just like fucking with them, and I would just talk shit to them too.
Yeah, all the best teachers are like that.
Or
you just make them develop like serious self-image issues.
Fuck it, dude. That's part of life. Get over it. Yeah, but I taught 10 years in Asia too.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so I was out there for a long time, and then
that's awesome.
And then
were you teaching like English? Or?
Yeah,
that's
over
so
there.
cool.
I just taught ESL English.
I always wanted to do that in Korea. I've always wanted to go to Korea. So.
I didn't. I got to visit Korea a couple times, but I didn't teach there. But it was more like Japan, Cambodia,
awesome.
and Thailand.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah,
but
I mean
that chapter's. I was already like, yeah, I can't do this no more. I didn't want to do it. So now we
homesick.
No, not with that. No, I had kids, or I had a kid, and then I was working at one another. And in that, in Asia, you're living in an apartment. I was like, man, I want to like raise them in a house and stuff.
Okay,
And and I had my own house here already.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I
just
want
go back home.
More family elements.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was cool. I loved it. I still go out to Asia a lot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And it's a fun, man. It's just it was a good time in my life. I don't regret it at all. I mean, I know some people are like well established when I came back, like, because they've been at their jobs for like 15 years.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck it. I got to experience like shit. A lot of people in San Antonio, especially my family.
There is a huge difference when people who have traveled and just seen things done at a culturally different aspect that people who just stay in one place the rest of their life will never understand. People who are like well traveled and like cultured will always have a cooler perspective on things. I'm not trying to like single anyone out. Be like, oh, screw you, because I'm like, traveling's a luxury, right? Not everyone gets to do it, but I'm saying so the want and like to learn about other people's way of life and living, and how like America's not the only way. Like we're not the greatest superpower. I'm gonna get shot.
We are the greatest country.
You know what I mean?
I've traveled a lot, and I've come to the conclusion like, okay, I get it. Like
okay.
I get it.
It's hard. I understand. I mean, we are very blessed for the things that we do have. However, I think as a country, there's a lot to be worked on. So,
but that's every country in the world.
That is every country. Yeah, to be fair. But I'm like, you're not helping out my case at all.
Because I used to do this shit with the kids all the time, because they would, America sucks. I'm like,
I don't think America sucks, but I think I'm tired of people constantly having an elitist attitude just because of where they were born.
Well, I mean, that's a little different. That's just like a snobby person. But
I mean, I'm talking about like nationalists. Like you can see it. People who are like, oh, America only, or like fuck everything else. You're like, that's weird. That's a weird take.
I am just more like, I think we should, even like my wife's from another country, and I'm like, I think we should take care of our own stuff. I agree with that.
No,
but no, I don't think America only, because I mean,
but I'm saying some people do. I mean, you see that a lot, though. That's what I'm saying.
You see that. I mean, you see America only, and you see America last. Like it's two extremes.
Yeah, I mean, there's two extremes to everything.
And that's like, man, both y'all are fucking retards.
Yeah. No, I think every side of extremism is what it is extreme. I'm saying you should,
Yeah, but I just like when I've traveled on like many. I've been to like 21 countries.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All over Europe, Asia. And yeah, when I come home, I'm like, yeah,
it makes you blessed for what you have
like,
at home for sure. But I'm
feel
saying like
more like that when
I
come
think
home.
you grasp people differently and you see things better because you are more well traveled. You get to see how people live their life, and you know you get to incorporate that and take that back with you. And like I you know, there's a difference.
Yeah, like I love Japan. Like I love it. That's my second home.
Yeah.
And I want to retire there.
Yeah.
And it's not because I think it's better than America. It's just
that's just
the food. It's the food. I guess.
I feel that my second home's New Orleans. Like that's my place. That's my place. What was that?
No. I'm like, oh, no, in a good way.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, they have good food, man.
I'm a big soul food, comfort food girl. Like
that Cajun shit, huh?
Hell yeah.
You watch Stale Cracker?
No.
You don't watch Stale Cracker?
Oh wait, is it that?
Nah, dude.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. But yeah,
he's awesome. Like he cooks all that Cajun bullshit.
I do love Cajun food though.
No, I've only been to New Orleans once,
Okay.
and I liked it. No, the food was great, and no, I meant like when I was like, ooh, like that's because that's not like
some
a
people
common.
hate New Orleans. Like I've heard people that
really?
are like, it stinks. I was like, it's everywhere stinks. Like relax.
I
Like,
haven't heard that. It stinks.
because like, you know, bourbon gets dirty. Bourbon can get dirty. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, every place kind of has.
Go downtown San Antonio.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Commerce can smell like that too, like at the right angle, you know?
No,
the wind's at
any
20
angle.
degrees. Like,
just get a gust of wind downtown San
Yeah.
Antonio and you'll smell ass. And
exactly.
Arcas and
And
ass.
I'm like, there's so much soul, there's so much life and culture in New Orleans, and it feels like you're in a different time. Obviously, there's so much French architecture there, and it's so crazy to see it, and I think it's so beautiful, and so yeah, it's like my home away from home.
Yeah, I definitely think New Orleans is fun. I know even the people I know from New Orleans, they're like, just don't leave this area though.
Yeah,
don't leave that area. You know, once you venture out, it gets.
I've done some exploring outside of the quarter.
Oh really?
So, yeah,
I've heard some things. I'm like, yeah.
I loved it. I never have had a problem in New Orleans, not once.
Yeah, me neither. I've always seen it as it's a weird, like the New Orleans vibe, right? The whole voodoo and all. It's weird
it's one of
because I'm just scared shit of all the supernatural and voodoo shit.
Really, like,
yeah,
the paranormal and everything.
Yeah, not a fan, bro. Not
Very
a fan.
interesting. I get it. Some people are scared of it.
My friend that does this with me, he loves that stuff. Like, he watches it all day.
Cool.
And I'm like,
duality.
Yeah. I'm like, nah, I ain't fucking with that world, dude.
I love the parent. I mean, I have a big respect for spirits. I do feel like we're like weirdly metaphysical. I don't think when you die you just immediately go away. I think spirits are like huge, and so I have a big respect for like spirits that are still somewhat connected to this physical world.
I don't.
You're like,
I don't
let's
want to
stop.
fuck with any of that, dude. No.
Yeah, I'm
You
big,
never know what
I'm
you're getting.
very fearful. Yeah, no. So like where I stop the line is like where there's any like malevolence to things. I get very like nervous when it comes to like I'm a bit it's a big misconception. Like people see me and they see like goth Bella or whatever. They think I love witchy, spooky shit. I do hold on.
I do.
I'm gonna set the record straight. I am a big like I like vampirism. I love monsters. I'm a big like werewolf, zombie, like vampire girly. I'm not big on like a Ouija board. Like if you put one in the vicinity of me, I'm gonna say 10 Hail Marys. Like get the fuck away from me.
I'm walking the fuck out.
I'm walking out. I don't like that shit. I feel like I think it's because I was raised Catholic, but I'm like, I get that away from me. I feel like when you invite malevolence and evil into your life, it can seep in like you're like subconsciously. I think you're doing something, and that freaks me out. Like I'm like, absolutely not. That's
Opening
why I'm
the
like,
window.
Right. I'm like, get away. Like, no, like I want goodness in my life. I'm like, I've seen way too much of this shit. It freaks me out.
Yeah,
so.
that explains why you love New Orleans. I mean, because that's what it's, I mean, vampires, werewolves, that's fucking New Orleans.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that show True Blood?
Yeah, I haven't watched it all. I watched like a little bit.
Too young for it, right?
No, I mean it came out. Like I mean, I was obviously out in the same time, but it was just wasn't. Okay. It just wasn't something that clicked for me. Like I was always more of like a gothic vampirism kind of like lover. Like I like Anne Rice.
Interview with the Vampire?
Yes, like I mean, obviously it's in New Orleans and stuff too. I really like that kind of like vampirism, the like longing and everything. Like Bram Stoker's Dracula, like with Winona Ryder and Gary Oldman, like that kind of like to be loved forever, like that kind of thing. You know,
your little rom com.
Absolutely,
I love rom coms too. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I didn't. It came off all condescending. Right? You're a rom com. No, I love rom coms myself. I think they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But I like that stuff too, like vampires, zombies, and don't get me wrong. Yeah, just when it comes to like, hey, there's a haunted house over there. cool, man. I'll check it out from here. You know,
same. I'm like, I'm not gonna go somewhere I'm not invited, but that's also me just being a vampire thing too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. So,
but yeah, New Orleans definitely has that vibe. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Don't, you know, with True Blood, that's such a old. I haven't talked about that in so long.
I know. That's actually something I need to watch from start to finish. Now you remind me.
Where the first like 3-4 seasons were really good. Then it got
trail off.
Stupid, like fairies, and it was just every little thing you could think about.
He said, "Oh, I like this stuff, but like fuck the fairies."
I know, like fuck it. Now it just got really ridiculous.
Okay.
Like, it started off with like vampires, and it was like cool.
and then it got cheesy,
and then it got to the point where like everything was morphing into everything, and I was like, "What is this shit?
Why is everyone a shapeshifter?"
yeah. There were all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
it was like everything in one, and I was like, God damn, just New Orleans is this weird place where everybody's fucking turns into lizards and weird shit. And like, what is this?
It's the hurricanes.
Yeah. But other than that,
the drink and the fucking weather.
Yeah, I mean, they are in a fucking fishbowl. I mean,
dude, the city's below sea level. It's crazy.
I know they're like, oh wow, there was a flood here. Oh,
I wonder why.
You fucking idiots.
I know.
Like, you built a city under the fucking sea level. Like, what do you expect?
I don't know. Who was I talking to? When I was there one time, we were by Cafe Du Monde and it's right there. And then I was like, hey, that's the water. And they're like, that's a wall. And I said, yeah, on the other side of that is the ocean. And they were like, they were like, excuse me? I was like, yeah. I said, we're under sea level. It's bizarre.
It is weird. Like, I forgot.
I love it.
Who was talking about that, but they were talking about like some military base is right next to like an active volcano, and it's like, whoa. Why?
Because they're the guinea pigs.
I know, like, what is this?
They said, where do we need to put our troops that we adore so much?
I know,
right there,
right in the fucking heart of a active volcano that can erupt at any moment. You know, well, we'll send them to safety. But yeah, it's so dumb.
God bless our troops. Like, my God,
yeah, man,
the shit they have to put up with sometimes.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. I mean, a lot of them are. I used to work in Camp Pendleton.
Oh, really?
I used to live in San Diego.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're just maniacs, man. Those Marines. It was one of the funniest times in my life. You know, I was young. I was like early 20s, like 22, single. You know, just having a fucking ball the whole time, and it was. I love
San Diego. That's a very fun, beautiful city.
San Diego.
Yeah,
and it was good. But I was in Oceanside, and then I actually went to San Diego after that. I was more in like Pacific Beach and all that.
Okay, yeah, and, I love it. It was beautiful. I went to California once. I like Newport and Laguna. I really liked Laguna.
Yeah, Beach, it's a beautiful place. Yeah. I mean, that's the only reason people put up with the fucking money that they have to pay to live there.
Yeah,
and that they say that every time. Like, well, the weather. I'm like, yeah, you got me.
True.
Yeah, they definitely have that weather for sure.
Yeah.
In Southern California, at least.
Yeah.
I love traveling. Where's somewhere that you would like to go before? Like in the next year or two?
We're going to New Orleans again this year for my 30th birthday. So hell yeah. I'm like somewhere else. Where have we? I've been wanting to go to Colorado. I have never been to Colorado. My best friend lives there. Yeah, my best friend lives there now. So it's like we need to find a way to go. But I've always wanted to go to Korea. Like I said, I always want to go to Korea. That was a big one for me. And then what was another one? We were just talking about this. Romania. I've always wanted to go see Dracula's castle. So,
that'd be right up your alley.
Yeah, I've gone to Europe. I've been to Europe. So, but yeah, I didn't get to go to Romania. So.
What year did you go to Europe?
2014, after I graduated high school.
Yeah, I went in. I was there 2007. Or 2006. I remember. Yeah, and it was a totally different Europe than it is today.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's like a way different Europe. But it was cool, man. I loved Europe. I loved Germany.
Me too. I was in Germany when the 2014 World Cup was happening.
Oh,
and that was sick.
Yeah, I could imagine.
It was like just the streets. It was so fun.
I never got to do the Oktoberfest though.
Oh, I didn't do that either. But I went in the summer. But yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, because they fucking love soccer.
Yeah, football. Football.
Soccer.
It's football.
You un-American fuck.
I am half English, if you couldn't tell.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
really? I know. I could not.
Yeah, I'm. My dad called me a British beaner.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm half and half.
Oh, okay. So your dad's from what
my
part?
dad's Mexican, and then my mom's side is
it's your
English.
mom.
Yeah.
Oh, how'd they meet?
Well, they came over, obviously. No, they got stationed back in San Antonio, and then my grandma had my mom, and then my mom went to school here. She went to J. So my mom and dad went to J.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they weren't just like, yeah.
No, I wasn't sure if he traveled out there in the military.
Yeah, they met here, unfortunately. So.
Gotcha. Okay, I was like, oh shit, how did that happen?
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying like lineage and stuff. My mom's side's English. So,
oh, nice. And I know you have your boyfriend's a lead singer in a band.
Yes,
Are you helping out with a lot of the
yeah, and
stuff?
so I'm their social media manager. Hi,
Oh, okay,
I'm the lady behind the account. So
Nice.
yeah, I just recently took over their account for them in December. In December, I started. They're like, of course, they're on a band. They're like, I hate Instagram, and I was like, I don't watch this.
They don't like Instagram?
No, like some guys sometimes when you're in a craft, and I'm the same way. You don't like promoting yourself. It's like you see it as you're like, ugh, I hate it. I have to make posts and I have to do this, like that content creation aspect. Some people are like them. They're like very focused on their music and what they're producing and shows, and so sometimes you need someone who's like,
I'll do that.
And I care so much about him and what they put. I mean, if I didn't like the band, I would never do this either. So it's not, but I really respect them and love them as a band. And I was like, I want to see you guys grow, and you guys
they're
put
good.
so much. Thank you. I believe so too. And so I was like, I want to, push you guys forward and get, you more marketing and more, exposure and things like that. So.
Yeah. No, you're doing the great work. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't like doing it, but I have to do it because
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
Podcasting,
right? That's what I'm saying. But
have
they
to put reels and
they
shorts.
kind of, and I don't, and it's funny too because like I'm trying to get myself more, how I feel as a comic, and it's hard to like with comedy. You don't always want to put your stuff out online. It's
with your job, yeah.
With comedy, so you're kind of like, I like toe the line of like, can I put something? Should I put something? And it's weird. But then I'm like, with their band, I'm like, here's everything. So
oh yeah,
it's interesting.
I never thought about that. That's a good point though. If you're a comedian, you don't want to put everything online because then they're gonna be like, I heard that.
Right.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah, especially when you're new. I don't have an hour. I wish I had an hour, right? And so I'm like, I'm not gonna give all of my punches to like. I have one joke where people are like, when I say it, I'm like, I hope no one's seen my Instagram, but I'm like, it's one I'm proud of, whatever. It's like those little things. You do need to, unfortunately, as a comic, you do have to have a social media presence. It does help you build. It is really cool. I mean, it is cool though. I mean, as much as I don't despise it, but it's like, it is cool seeing it. One of my favorite things happening now, it's so lame, but whatever. Like I'll go do a show and I don't plug myself. Like I don't be like, follow me on Instagram. I think that's crazy. But like, I don't say it in my set. I don't say it in my set.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I've noticed that there was people like, I remember 2 shows specifically, like they were front and center, and they followed me right after. And I was like, oh.
Nice.
Yeah, and like they didn't really say anything.
Gotcha, bitch.
Some people do, but I really love seeing like those little things. I'm like, oh, they liked me up there enough to be like, hey, I want to see more of that, and I really appreciate that, So
yeah, that's
really
good.
Cool.
No, because we were telling Jack the same thing. We're like,
yeah.
dude, you have no social media presence. He's all, yeah, man, I don't really like to do it.
Dude's too busy in an abandoned building. That's what's happening. Like,
but we were talking about that.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even, he didn't mention like what you just said, but I didn't even think about what you just said. And that makes perfectly good sense. Like when you're still a small comedian, the last thing you want is everybody to know your shit.
I know
over and over.
Someone always told me, they said you put your throwaway stuff on social media, like a one-off kind of thing, or like something that's just like a little bullshit thing you say, and like it's like a tag.
crowd work,
right? Like I said, well, I don't really do a whole lot of crowd work, but like little things like that. Yeah, you could put up just to entice people. So you know.
Because a band though, you want to put that shit as much as possible.
Yeah,
like,
it's a whole different. That's why I think it's easy for me too, because it's like, well, you guys, the content's within itself, right? It's your music. It's easy. I get to post this and that, and blah blah blah. So, but yeah, it's been really fun. I'm really happy. And then we finally did their show and stuff. It was just Saturday. So
yeah, and it was fun. Yeah, because with podcasts we have to put the shit out like pow, pow, pow. But the one thing that made me like, I was tripping out, right? Because I had messaged you like individually.
Oh, I know. This was funny too. So I followed the account from both. So wait, no, you could say what you were going to say.
Yeah, sorry. Where I had messaged you. And then I had saw them, and I don't know how I found them. Maybe because I followed you, and it came up or something.
I followed you from both accounts.
Oh, is that what it was?
I'm doing my magic behind the scenes.
And then I saw them, and I said, "Oh, these guys are kind of good." So I was like, "I'm gonna message them." Because to be honest, one of the things I want to start doing is getting into fucking like getting bands on here. And we got this San Antonio band coming on.
Well, lucky for you.
I know. Wait, you're the one I've been messaging since you're doing that. So I was like, hey, would you like to come on the podcast? Hey, I'll get you. Hey, no, but I was like, hey, you want to come on the pod? And they're like, yeah, and I think it was you then. And then you're all, we're after the show because we're a little busy. And I was like, okay, cool. Which after the show, we need to set something up.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I don't know, does your boyfriend and them drink?
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be fun then, because a bunch of dudes just drinking and having a good time.
Well, they did Rob's,
Oh
Rob's
yeah, I had
Metalworks.
Rob here.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Rob's
hell yeah.
I love Rob. We're just talking about Rob. Me and what is it, Patrick?
Yeah.
And we're just talking about like he was, because Rob was around since forever, man, and he's a SA legend.
Exactly, still is.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. I didn't mean it like he's passed. But yeah, he's still there, and He does these huge interviews, and I loved it. I loved having him on here. It was really fun.
Yeah,
to
he's
talk
awesome.
And,
they did Rob's and they got fucked up.
I'm gonna get them fucked up. So let them know we're gonna get fucked up. Yeah, no, don't worry. If they say anything crazy, I'll edit it out. I'm not
Perfect.
an asshole. I'm not an asshole. But no, what was it? Forgot where we're going with this. But anyway,
we're talking about Ritual Complex that you should follow.
Follow them.
Start plugging.
Follow them for sure. No, they're really good. And so I was messaging, and then I don't know. One day I was looking, and it was like, and then it's you with the flyer saying, "Hey, I've given hundreds of these out," and I was like, "Hold on, I know that chick from somewhere." And then I was like, I looked at the name. I said, "Oh, that's that girl. I'm gonna interview soon." I was like, hold on, why is she with them? And I was like, and then I messaged
you. said, how do you know them?
Yeah, I was like, how do you know these dudes? And you're all,
I was like, well, I know one of them very well.
I know, right? One of them knows me really well, inside and out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
ew.
That was a terrible joke, but yeah. And then you said you, but after that I was like, oh, and I was like, how did they fucking come in my? And I was like, oh, you got me.
He's doing the magic.
Yeah, there you go.
I know that's so
it's working.
Yeah, social media networking I think is cool, and that's how I meet a lot of people essentially through comedy, like social network wise, is because I'm like, oh, I'm like, you add someone, you see where they do shows, and you're like, oh, cool, I can go check it out here. Or like, hey, I didn't know someone was doing a show here, and then you see who books that, who's on that lineup, and you're like, oh, cool, and then you meet this huge network of comics, and just see where shows are popping up, and it's I think it's cool. So
no, it's definitely. I mean, that's what it's all about, networking.
Yeah. And music's the same way too. I'm like, oh, all these bands, all the members, and it's definitely a different. It's definitely a different side of like the creative world for sure. Like music's definitely different than comedy. So
yeah, I wanna get as many musicians as I can.
Yeah,
eventually.
they're fun.
Yeah. I've always, because I'm a metalhead, like a fucking major metalhead. Yeah, dude, like
hell yeah.
Hardcore. That's why I know Rob. I mean, not know, but know of him. I mean, I met him.
Did you listen to some of the album for Ritual?
No, I had that one song. I didn't know if they had an album.
Yeah,
I know they were doing a release.
We released them the Monday before the show, so it's out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can.
So, okay, I'll check
they
it
had
out
the singles out, so they had the singles out, and now the whole album's out.
I was gonna say I've heard like one or two, and then the one I heard with the kind of fire in the background of the video, and it has the words popping up. It's just the words.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know which one that is, because I'm like, I don't do their YouTube. Right
yeah,
now,
well, that's the one I watched. And I was like,
cool.
Okay, they're fucking good. And then little by little, we might have a Static Lullaby when they come to town on here.
Okay, cool.
And I want to get like bands like that. Like I would love to just, because I would just like to get fucking shit faced and talk shit about me.
with metalheads. Oh god.
I used to do the radio station for KSYM, the metal show. I played in bands. And I play guitar.
Oh, really?
But not like I'm not like in bands anymore. I'm fucking 43.
That's cool though. I mean,
no
the
guitarists.
The guys in the band are in their 40s.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah, Jacob's now he's not the youngest, but now we have a new bass player who's a little bit younger. But yeah, Jacob's the youngest. The rest of them are a little bit older. I mean, they were in touring bands themselves when they were a little bit younger and stuff too.
Nice.
So, but yeah, no, it was crazy. I know we were just saying it too. Jacob's like, damn, James was going in circles on stage. He's like, holy shit, like you don't think you can have all that energy all the time. And I was like, I think they were so pumped and so ready to be. They hadn't played live in a year and a half.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
so they've been together for a while then.
Yeah, the band's been for like 3 years, but they were putting all the work into the album for like a year. So, and then they came back around doing the live. So with the album release,
awesome.
Yeah,
and
it was awesome.
Are they going to be on any kind of tour soon?
I hope so. That's the goal, right?
The goal.
Yeah, I think they're figuring it out. They're figuring out dates.
Well,
and
hopefully we'll get them on here and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, no, I know they were talking. I mean, it was like, oh yeah, they were talking about it. I'm like, I know too, but yeah,
it's you the whole time. I'm like,
it's not always me. I mean, they have access to that stuff too, and they handle more of like the business stuff too. But I help.
What else? What is so in your for your future? You just see yourself doing comedy, nursing, and effects stuff.
Yeah, I mean the goal effects is something I love. Like I said, it's more of a hobby. When I do get asked to do it, I love those opportunities, and I'm like, I'll take it, or I won't. I'll be like, oh, I can't do that, because I'm like, I'm too new, or I don't have the equipment, blah blah blah. But no, I mean the goal is the goal is for comedy to pay the bills. I think that's every comic's dream, is to be able to just be a comic and, you know, quit your day job. And that would be like the best thing ever. So like,
Just
that
touring
takes
around the
time.
country?
Yeah, I mean, that takes time. It takes a lot of work, and I think we all try to learn to balance that. To how am I going to do that? How am I going to get better? How do I need to get that exposure? And so yeah, eventually that would be the goal. I would love to do that. I know that I don't like nursing, but I'm like, I pick comedy over nursing.
Oh yeah. So. Well, I mean, that's something that you're passionate about for sure. And nursing pays the bills.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my patients and everything. So, but, you know,
I could imagine.
Yeah, of course. So.
Now, who would you say before we let you go? Who would you say are your biggest influences in comedy right now, or like before and now?
Before and now, I always loved George Carlin. I love Bill Burr. I love Taylor Tomlinson. I love Nikki Glazer. God, the list goes on. It's always so hard for me to kind of pick. I love Mark Norman. Like, there's so many. There's so many. It's so hard to pick. You know,
it's like when people tell me, "What's your favorite song?" I don't know. But,
but
I can tell you like the bands that influence my everything, because
there's so many comedic influences. However, I feel like my first people I was the first people I saw in comedy were Kathleen Madigan, Daniel Tosh,
Daniel Tosh, man,
George Lopez, Russell Peters, and Gabriel Iglesias. Those were like the first kind of specials I remember as like a younger kid. I mean, I started watching stand up. I was probably like around 10 or 11 because I was unsupervised. But yeah, like it was that. And that's like where it stemmed from.
George Lopez, his first like two were epic, man.
Insane.
I mean, it was just so good.
Those were things I watched on repeat as like a 12-year-old. Like I shouldn't have, but like.
Yeah, I was a
so
little older.
Good.
But I remember just. Damn, it was so good, and we're like, dude. I remember his first one, that "Why You Crying," or the one that we went like to the top.
Yeah,
it was like, God damn, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah,
it was so good, and he was in the Kings
fun.
of Comedy, right?
Yeah,
wasn't he a Kings? Yeah, he was. So. And Bill Burr's great. I love Bill Burr. But yeah, all the ones you just named. But yeah, man, we'll definitely go support you, because awesome. Everybody that comes in here, we want to go support him.
Yeah,
and have a good time with them, and get you a, what was it again? Cosmo.
A Cosmo,
Cosmo, yeah, we'll get you a Cosmo next
time. in the City. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it's from?
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't even know. No, you didn't say it. But no, we'll definitely do that. But thank you for coming on. I appreciate the time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we'll talk soon.
Cool, sweet.
All right, peace.